Hi guys, so today I am coming at you with a mailing list extra quickie tutorial. So a lot of you guys have been saying that MailChimp is failing you and you don't know how to get to work and it's doing all these weird different things and you have no idea how to set it up on your website. So I'm going to go through my setup. I'm going to show you exactly how I set mine up, and then I'm going to show you some options to set yours up. So in my case, what I did was I set up a page like this where people put in their email address, and once they hit this gimme button, the only reason this is here is because I'm logged in, sorry. Once they hit this gimme button, it takes them straight to this coupon code page where they can then copy their code and use it in any of these places down here. So here's how you set this up. First thing you need to do on your website is create your coupon code is ready page, okay? So create this page on your website where it has your code on it that you've already created for Etsy, your special mailing list code. And I would suggest you do something that says use your code here in these places because that's where the code is available. So I link to my Etsy shop, I link to my website. So that is something you're going to want to do first, because when you set up this form, all this is an embedded form that I created on MailChimp, and then I used a special plugin for WordPress, because you guys know I'm on WordPress, called Yikes for MailChimp. Okay, so let's look that up. This is the plugin that I'm using. What Yikes allows you to do, it's a free plugin for WordPress, and it allows you to create a redirect when someone pushes this button here. What that means is when they push that button, you can tell the form which page to go to instead of showing that default MailChimp page with your address on it and all that icky stuff you don't want them to see. Okay, so that's how I did it on my website. I started by creating the coupon code page first, the one that actually has the code on it. Then I went back, I installed Yikes, I connected it to MailChimp, and I created just a form on MailChimp with an email address, nothing else. You can create one with first name and email address, but do not use anything else. And I went ahead and used Yikes to do the redirect. So whenever you push this button, it goes here, and that's that. Now that's great and wonderful, and for some of you guys that will be easy, but some of you guys are not using WordPress.org like I am. Some of you guys are not using WordPress at all. So how do you circumvent this if you're on a different website and you need to make it work? So the answer is to use something called Sumo. Sumo, here we go, is a suite of website tools. You can download it for free. It goes on any website. As you can see, it's basically just a web app that I'm using here. So it goes on every single website. I've had it on Shopify, I've had it on WordPress, I've had it on Squarespace, I've had it on everything, okay? So just go to sumo.com and you'll be able to create an account and attach your website, and then you can install these tools onto your website. So the tool we're looking for if we want to go ahead and create one of these lists is List Builder. So I have already pre-created one, so let's have a look at this. All you need to do is create a new form. So here is my example one. So to start with, it's going to ask you what your goal is. Your goal is to collect visitor email addresses, okay? You can look at these others, but this is what you want for an email list. Form type, we're going to do an inline form because we want it to be steady on that page all the time. You can also do a pop-up, a scroll box, or a link trigger pop-up, but we don't want that. We want this form to always be on our page. Next, you can pick the design. I picked a design here already, but everything you click can be modified. So the text can be modified, the font can be modified, the alignment, the color, all of that. So you can mess with it until it makes you really happy. You can even change this background image here to whatever you want, okay? Now the one thing I will say about this form that you need to heavily modify is the text. The sample text they've given you here is absolute crap. Join our newsletter. Yeah, that's great. I have 50,000 newsletters. I could care less. Sign up today for free and be the first to get notified of new updates. That says nothing about what I'm getting or why I would even sign up. If I saw this, I would laugh and leave, okay? So these are the two most important sentences you may ever write in your business, because they're going to allow you to get subscribers on autopilot 24/7. So if these two sentences are good and they're solid and they really tell people what they're getting and they really interest your customers, that's how you're going to get constant subscribers, okay? So it's so important that you look at bloggers, look at big Instagrammers, look at people with big popular e-commerce websites. What sentences are they using here? You need to write your own. You need to entice people. Make sure you have either a download or an offer that they're really going to want. And I want you to just make sure that these 2 sentences are really crisp. So now that we've got these 2 sentences down, let's keep moving. We're going to go to visibility. So this is the embed code. Okay, so this is what you're going to have to put on the page of your website, wherever your website is, to have your form show up on the page. Okay, so if you just copy this code, and you can always come back here and get it again, and then we can move on to the next page. Now next we have the automatic email responder, but you can either set up an email responder so it'll automatically email them. To do that, you click add new email. I'm not going to do that because what I'm going to do instead is use a redirect URL, which is what we were doing with my other form. This is my coupon code page. Remember, I believe it's right here, the one with the code. So I'm just going to use that URL in this box, which means whenever somebody pushes subscribe on my new form, it's just going to push them straight through to this page, right? And I don't want to pass the email address. Then I can connect to an email service. So that means if you want to put them onto your MailChimp list, you can push this button and get everything connected up. Or you can export the people that subscribe if you want to do it manually. But I highly suggest you do connect an email service just so that it all goes through automatically and you can email them when you're ready to do emails. Then all you have to do is click this Make Live button when you're done. So I created a page. Okay, so now I have my sample mailing page that I just created with my little block of code. So this form, you can edit the size. So all you have to do is go to your form, edit it, and when you go ahead and click design, you'll see that there are all kinds of sizes. So you can select full screen, large, medium, anything you want to make your form fill up your page so it can look how you'd like. Then once you submit your email, it should go to your new page. So let's go ahead and do that now and see if it redirects to my page. And yes, it does. So simple as that. That is the simplest way to create a mailing form on any given page and connect it to MailChimp. Hope that helps you guys, and thanks so much for watching.